Hey guys, welcome to February. This week is going to be super awesome, and this month we're talking all about kindness, okay? And so our big Bible story today is to be humble and kind because God is always kind to us. And then the big bottom line for today is be kind to others because God is kind to you. And I just want to take a moment and say thank you guys for attending that meeting. If you didn't get a chance to see the meeting, you weren't able to make it, that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and send out a quick recap video of the vision and the safety training and stuff like that for you guys to watch as well. Okay, and then your first activity, what you're going to do is go ahead and you're going to have these kind to unkind activity pages. Okay, and so what they do is they start thinking of scenarios using their own brains that they can make something unkind and turn it into something kind. For example, a kid on the playground steals the ball, right? You can change that, or they could change that to a kid on the playground start sharing the ball instead, right? And so thinking of ways that they can turn an unkind situation or an unkind sentence into something more kind, just to get their minds working on it, okay? This next one, you'll need a butcher paper and some markers or crayons or whatever, so you'll have a big piece of paper that you can use for this, and you'll read aloud one of these one thing examples that are on your sheet, the leader sheet. And what you do is as you read it out, they're either going to draw a picture of the response to that, or they're going to write a sentence for the response to whatever it is you're saying. So for instance, if you say, "You smile at the new kid," that's what you would say as the leader, and then they could say, "Oh," and then the new kid smiles back, or and then the new kid says hi, or you say hi as the next thing that they could do. So kind of just getting their brains going on different acts of kindness that they can do. Now the rule is they have to keep it kind, right? And so make sure they're doing whatever they're drawing or writing or whatever, it's all kind things. Okay. This next one is your first Bible lookup activity page. So get out all the Bibles, have the kids share Bibles if you want to. But go ahead and have them look up and read Ephesians 4:32, okay? And then go through all the different things that are on this, and you'll have some strips of paper and pencils or a small box or something like that. And you're going to go ahead and divide your group into two different teams, okay? And then encourage the kids to take strips of paper and use those pencils or whatever and write down an example of a time when someone showed kindness to them this past week, okay? So it can be anything from this past week, whatever it was, but they won't show anyone what they're drawing or writing or whatever. And so while they're in their two teams, they go ahead and do that, and then they throw everything in this bucket that you have. Then one team at a time will go ahead and draw something from that bucket, and whichever kid draws it has to act out without saying any words, whatever that act of kindness was, okay? And so if they guess their own card, that totally works too, but just thinking of ways that they can example that kindness. And so go ahead and have them act out that kindness act or whatever, and to their own team. So their own team will be the first to guess, and then if their team doesn't get it, then they can move to the other team, and they'll have about a minute each team to guess whatever whatever happened to that kid that week, okay? Okay, this next one, you'll have emoji faces, and it'll be the whole activity page that goes out with that. You'll pass out an emoji face to each one of the kids, okay? And then you're going to go ahead and have them hold up whatever's going on in their teams, whatever emoji they should be feeling when you read the phrases, okay? So for instance, your best friend won the school spelling bee. They should hold up like surprised or happy or something like that, okay? And so this one's pretty good for the younger kids especially, just because those younger kids kind of start to understand those emotions better if you're kind of going through them all together, okay? Now this next activity is another activity with scripture verse lookups, okay? And so you're going to look up Colossians 3:12 and go through this activity together. Now this one is the memory verse for the month, okay? And the whole memory verse is, "You are God's chosen people. You are holy and you are dearly loved. So put on tender mercy and kindness as if they were your clothes. Don't be proud, but be gentle and patient." Colossians 3:12. Now, in your leader piece of paper that says all this, you're going to have 3 different bullet points, and in these bullet points, it depends, whichever one you use depends on how many kids you have. So if you have 8 kids, split it like this. If you have 10 kids, split it like the middle one. If you have 12 kids, split it like the third one, okay? But you'll take pieces of tape, and you'll have each kid write down a couple of words, however many words go along with however many kids you have. They'll write down whatever those words are on some of the blue tape where they can easily pull up that blue tape and use it, okay? Then they're gonna put that on their shoulder, and as quick as they can, they will try to get the verse in order after they already have the part of the verse on their shoulder. So for instance, like one kid is writing down you are, the next kid is writing down God chosen people, but it's all kind of mixed up and random, and so don't give it to them in order, but then they can stick it on their shoulder, and then they'll try to get in order as quickly as possible with the whole verse, okay? Then your last one will be the emoji faces from the earlier activity, and you're gonna go ahead and fan on all the emoji faces and then let each kid choose one, choose a different one from probably what they had before, right? And encourage the kid to spend a few minutes silently just praying how they can show kindness, okay? How they can show kindness to anyone and everyone around them. Let them know, hey, this is a silent time between you and God, really special time because you get to talk with the creator of the universe, and so just have them take a couple minutes and do that. And that's it for this week. Thank you guys again so much for all that you guys do. This week's word is kindness, since it's our new verse or new word really for the month. So thank you guys again. See you guys this week.